Ash, what's up? How are you?
Hello.
How you been?
Been good.
Good. What have you been up to?
So transitioning back into sales,
Okay.
it's been really fun. It's been a real adventure, but I'm really enjoying it.
Okay, I'm going to ask the question right out of the gate. Who would
Okay.
you rather work for, me or Barry?
Much different temperaments.
Much different, right?
Much different.
Think
But working for you was a pleasure.
I think the best was, I don't like you. That was the best.
Yeah.
Really?
Moment of
I
honesty.
really don't like you. And I was like, wow, nobody's ever said that to me before. In that way, been so honest. No, what's going on? How you been?
Good.
How's your summer? How's the kids?
Kids are great. Kids are really enjoying the summer, the new schedule, a lot of freedom, a lot of flexibility now.
When are they out of school?
Friday's our last day.
Nice.
And then we start summer camp.
What's that like?
So they're in summer camp most of the summer. They go right in Dix Hills. They absolutely love it. Go swimming a couple times a day. Go
Nice.
ice skating.
Okay.
Run around, get dirty, come home tired. What I like.
Go to sleep, do it all again the next day.
Exactly.
It's not sleepover though, obviously,
No,
because
it's
they're
not
coming
sleepaway,
home.
just day camp. Yeah, 8 to 4.
Okay, that's not bad.
No, it's perfect.
All three?
All three. One place now. Right now, there's
Sweet.
3 kids, 3 schools. Now I have summer camp. I only have one drop-off, one pickup location. It's
What,
nice.
what else do they do? Ice skating, swimming, anything else? Horse riding or anything like that?
No horseback riding or anything like that. They have, like, activities every day, whether they're soccer or, I don't know, Crazy Chicken or something is the new game.
Crazy
the kids,
chicken. Okay.
Yeah, they put a rubber chicken on a string, and all the kids stand in a circle. And they swing the chicken around, and the kids have to jump over it, and whoever gets hit by the chicken is out.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy chicken. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. All
Yeah.
right. Something new.
Dodgeball, old school camp stuff.
Yeah, crazy chicken. I never heard of that. That's okay.
I'll send you a video.
It's a different Squid Games game in the future. It's crazy chicken. That'd be hysterical. Well, how's work doing?
Work is good. Work is good. You know, I'm doing everything that I love now, right? I mean, I loved being a team leader, and so I didn't really want to let that recruiting aspect of things go. So I'm helping to recruit to the team. I'm getting back to coaching and mentoring agents, which, you know, I absolutely love to do. So I'm doing that. And then I'm also handling buyers and sellers and
That's awesome.
winning the deals. So it's been really fun. I think it's been about, 7 weeks now. We have 2 buyers under contract and active listings. So it's
Awesome.
been busy.
Good. So, all right, let's start from the beginning. Where'd you grow up?
So I grew up in Brentwood.
Okay.
And then when we were in 6th grade, we moved to Comac, and that's where I graduated high school.
Graduated high school, Cornerstones. Did you go
Yep.
to college? Or?
I went to college. I went to CW Post. It was fun. I went for biology. I wanted to be a dermatologist, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I remember you saying that to me.
Yeah.
And what was that like?
It was good. It was good. I am a bit of a perfectionist.
No.
And so I studied really hard. I was the nerd in college. Everyone else was like out and partying and stuff. I was like, I have finals tomorrow.
That's good. That's a
It
good
was
thing.
good.
That's smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you graduate or?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not. So after my second year, my mom was like, you're spending all of this money, you're spending all of this time to be a dermatologist. You don't even know if you like working with skin. So I left college and I got my aesthetics license to be an esthetician. So I got that license, and
What's that like getting that license? Is it, you have to go to school for that? Or
it's like a licensing program.
same as real estate?
Similar to real estate, but it's a practical exam as well.
Okay.
So, but it's another licensing class, and I applied to be an esthetician with a laser company, and they were like, "Well, actually, would you like to manage the office?" And so I took that on, and it was a failing office, and turned
Where
it
was
in.
this?
The first office that I took over was in Hop Hog.
Okay.
And turned that office around.
What was, like, some of the
tripled
problems?
sales. What?
What were some of the problems there? Why was it failing? What was the issues?
So
The marketing issues? What was it?
marketing was definitely an issue, but I recognized the power of upselling. right?
Okay.
If you can get somebody that comes in and is interested in laser hair removal on their underarms, and you can convince them to buy 2 or 3 other body parts, I mean, they're already in the chair, right? It only takes an extra 15, 20 minutes, but you're getting that extra revenue. So when we first started, we had...
So I go in for underarm hair removal.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know why I would do that, but I do it. And, I come in, and now you're going to take my nose hairs out, or what is that like?
Legs, bikini, I mean, all different things. Everywhere we did, but yeah. So I would do that, or add Botox to their treatment. I mean, obviously, it's all about dollar per hour when you're analyzing those numbers. And so I was really good at doing that.
How many guys go into that?
A lot. Back hair, chest hair.
What the fuck? Oh my God. Does it hurt?
Yeah, it's not pleasant, but it works.
Why the hell would you do that?
I mean, people do
Just
things
shave.
for beauty. No.
God, I'm glad I'm just naturally beautiful and good looking.
But it was a great industry.
Julia just
It
looked
was
over.
so fun. So I did that for a while and grew within that company. Became a regional sales trainer.
Taking back hair off.
It was so fun.
Oh my God.
But my favorite job actually was I worked for the Hair Club for Men. And
Tell me about this.
Yeah, so I eventually transitioned.
Well, how long were you at the other place for?
So I was with them. I grew within the organization, so I was with them for about 2 or 3 years. And then I left, and I decided to join an organization called Vision 2020, which was an organization that was helping to teach financial literacy to women. The goal was to accomplish this by 2020.
What year is this?
So this must have been 2009, 2010. 2010 it launched, and the goal was within 10 years.
Okay.
And
So financial freedom or?
Financial literacy. So
Okay.
what is a stock? What is a bond? What is life insurance? How can you use life insurance for investment purposes? Things like that. And
But only for women.
It was targeting
Strictly
women.
for women,
It was
okay.
targeting women. And that was obviously my demographic. And I had...
Why was it targeting women though?
Because they felt Drexel University was... heading this program, and they found that a lot of women didn't really have a basic financial understanding.
That's interesting. I would
And
have never
so
thought
they
that.
wanted to close that gap.
Okay.
And I got my life insurance license and my Series
7,
7 and all that kind of stuff. And
What'd you think of that test? Was it hard for you? Or?
it was really hard. It was really hard. And then I started doing it, and it was...
With the 63 and the 7, right?
Yeah, all that stuff. And it was so boring, and I hated
I know, me
it.
too. Try to get it.
Yeah, so then I got out of it. I mean, working with the women was great.
How long did you do that for?
I did that for just about a year.
So 06, you said?
Yeah, so this was 2009 to 2010-ish. And then I got back into cosmetic enhancement.
Whatever happened with that program?
So they finished it. I don't know exactly what the success rate.
I would love to see what the success rate would have
Yeah,
been.
it's something I'll have to do some research on.
Yeah, it'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2010 now?
2010, got back into cosmetic enhancement. Started working for the Hair Club for Men, which again was cosmetic enhancement, but different demographic, which I kind of liked. This was toupees. It was great. Hair transplant surgeries and things like that.
What's that like?
I mean,
Obviously, I need it, but I'm not going to get it.
it was a lot more in depth than I really thought. So they actually go in and take out each individual hair, with a microscope.
Okay. And what do they do with it?
And then they transplant it where you need it. So they take the hair from the back of the head and transplant it into the front.
Does it grow or?
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah, they remove the whole follicle and everything. So I went from hair removal to hair transplants.
That's okay. So this is a weird conversation.
You didn't think a conversation with me was going to be easy.
But all right. So if it's not working in the first place,
Yeah.
Now you take a piece of my hair in the back and you put it in my bald spot over here.
Yeah.
And you put it in. Is it going to grow or is it just going to sit
No,
there?
they take the whole follicle. So why it died is the follicle died. So they take the full hair with the follicle and then transplant it into the new area.
So then wouldn't the back one then die or?
They take out like every third hair, every fifth hair to make it all blend.
Oh, okay. So you're stealing from Peter to pay Paul, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Makes sense. So you get into that.
Yeah, so I got into that as first it's a membership advisor. So a lot of people come in because their hair is just thinning, and so they come in for weekly treatments. And so they're
What's
on
the average age of somebody coming in?
Oh, all over. I mean, we had people coming in their early 20s that are just starting to thin. So started there as a membership advisor, and then I started as new business. So I started doing consultative sales with that, and then our manager stepped down, so I started running our location.
Okay.
And so again, basic consultative sales experience, office management background. Did that for a while. Then I started traveling a lot with the company. And then
What are you traveling for? Just to learn different positions?
Yeah, I mean, the same way that you travel with Keller for different techniques, different education opportunities, things like that. And
where were they based out of?
so my office was based out of Kew Gardens.
Okay. Where was the company? Where'd you travel to?
So with them, I was traveling a bit all over, but mostly like in the tri-state area.
Okay.
Yeah, so mostly back and forth between Queens, New York City, a little bit Jersey, some DC stuff.
Okay.
And in that time, I got married, had my first baby.
Okay.
And then I decided to be a stay-at-home mom for a little while.
How hard was that?
That was totally different. I mean, when you're a stay-at-home mom, your workday is never over, and there's no sense of accomplishment, right? It doesn't matter how much you cook, how much you clean. You still need to cook more and clean more.
That's right. Yeah, it's crazy.
Right? Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter how many things you check off the list. And coming from a sales background where you have that high of the sale, right? You've accomplished something. Being a stay-at-home mom, there was no, sticker at the end of the day saying, you won today. I mean, obviously, your kids are growing and you're spending time with them, and I loved that opportunity.
Yep.
To be with them. That's an opportunity that, most parents would dream of. So had my first child, stayed home with her, had my second child. That was more difficult because James was sick as a baby. So that was more difficult. But, we lived through it.
Well, if you don't mind me asking if it's something you want to talk about.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So James had a feeding disorder. So he had some other things. He has asymmetric crying faces. So part of his muscle in his face is paralyzed. He had a heart murmur. So, but the biggest thing was when he was eating, instead of going into his stomach, it would go into his lung. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so literally, he was born that way. So literally, we took him home from the hospital.
It's going down the wrong pipe, though.
It's going down, yeah. So literally, we took him home, new baby, and we were feeding him, and all of a sudden, his whole face turned blue. Heimlich maneuver, day 2 out of the hospital.
Oh, my God, that would scare the shit out of me.
It was really scary. So we had to do barium swallow studies with him to try and figure out what was going on, what percentage of it was going down the wrong way. But
That's
he
scary.
had constant bouts of pneumonia. We spent a lot of time in the hospital. He was on feeding tubes.
That's terrifying.
It was terrifying, absolutely terrifying. And when he started teething,
that must have made it worse.
It was even worse because of all the saliva. Yeah. And so you're literally trying to put your new baby to bed, and you're so afraid that they're going to choke in the middle of the night, right? You're just petrified. So there was literally, 2 years of my life I just did not sleep.
Wow. I'm sorry. I never knew that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he ended up eating it.
Yeah. So lots of therapists come to the house. We had to do thickened feeds. So we would have to take like oatmeal, rice, grind it up to mix it with the formula to make it thicker. So that way he could swallow it. But with those thickened feeds, it caused stomach issues because babies aren't supposed to have oatmeal, rice, and other things.
Wow.
So it turned into esophagitis, ulcers.
Oh, that poor baby. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
so then he would be coughing up blood, and then we had to have that all treated. So that was really, really hard. So I was home with the two of them. And as James started getting better, and we finally figured out the balance between the rice and the oatmeal, and the feeding therapy looked like it was starting to work, I got a call from my daughter's preschool that something wasn't right, that she wasn't developing properly. And so we took her to the pediatrician, and he was like, yeah, she should be talking more. She should be doing this. She's not doing that. And they diagnosed April with autism. So literally as soon as one started like kind of on the mend, all of a sudden we had this with April. And so then we started.
How old is she now? 4 or 5 years old?
So she was about 2.5 when he was born, so probably about 3.5.
Okay.
Yeah, and so she was completely not talking. She was toe walking, which would cause her to like fall and things like that. So we had to do leg braces, the foot braces with her. The play therapy, occupational therapy, sensory therapy, so all of that. And then we put her into a special needs school. And then I had my third child, Lily, and 3 weeks after her birth, I was carrying a load of laundry down the stairs, and I fell down the stairs.
Oh, my God.
Herniated my back, herniated my neck, ended up, I stood up, and I was like, okay, I'm okay. And I went about my day, woke up the next morning.
The life of a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, the
Holy
life
shit.
of a stay-at-home mom, right? So I'm taking care of April. She's going through her classes. James is on solid foods now, and we're used to the smoothies.
Yep.
Lily is brand new baby, and I fall down the stairs, and I wake up the next morning, and I can't move my right hand and arm. Completely paralyzed. Ran to the emergency room, completely herniated the disc. Ended up needing fusion and all that stuff. Yep. Yeah, so I needed fusion.
What year is this?
So this was, Lily was 2018. So
This is recently.
yeah.
Well,
So,
within 10 years.
yeah, so in 2018, and then started to recover from that. My ex and I
How long did it take you to recover?
So we went through the physical therapy before the surgery, after the surgery, pain management, all that kind
You
of
lose
stuff.
your tricep muscle, or did you get the feeling back?
I got all the feeling back pretty much after the therapy and stuff. The doctors were fantastic. But yeah, it was crazy because I had this new baby and I couldn't hold the bottle. I couldn't feed her. I couldn't hold her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez, I never knew this. I knew you had neck surgery, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it was right after she was born. So I was still recovering from a C-section, and I'm going in for neck surgery.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, she was little, and so I couldn't.
How scary was that surgery?
It was really scary. It was really scary.
Me too.
Because you don't know.
It's your neck, yeah.
It's your neck,
Yeah, you don't know.
right? And if you're paralyzed, you're literally paralyzed from the neck down.
Yeah.
And
They screw up. You're fucked.
So you really got to trust your doctors and do your research. So I had the 3 kids at home, recovering from neck surgery. My ex and I decided to file for divorce.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I've been a stay-at-home mom now for 10 years, 8 years, whatever it was at that point.
So this is still 2018.
So this is going into 2019. And I'm like, well, I'm good.
God, I wish we stayed at high school.
So I'm I'm like, all right, what am I going to do? And I'm like, well, I love sales.
How do you stay so positive?
You know, you got to have the right mindset. You just got to kind of plow through it. Otherwise, you're just going to lay in bed under the covers and never get out. You just got to take...
That sounds better sometimes. I'll tell you. Oh, my God. Jeez. Okay, so...
Yeah, you need to just, like, keep going and realize, like, you know, I kept... You have these moments where you're like, well, I know it can't get worse than this.
And
right?
then you break your neck.
And then you break.
So, yeah, it's like...
you know, hearing the news that your child has autism or breaking your neck wasn't as bad.
Yeah, you're right.
You know,
100% right. Yeah.
You know,
Holy shit. Yeah,
thinking,
you don't even think of that. Yeah.
You know, worried about your son possibly dying. You know,
It takes
autism
everything
didn't
away.
sound so bad.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you go through enough stuff, and you just need to kind of realize, like, it can't get worse than this, right?
Wow.
And
how strong? God, I know you're strong, but I never knew you that kind of strong. That's a whole new fucking level.
it was a crazy time.
Holy shit! All right, so keep going. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm just bugging out here about this.
So I'm like,
And you're so positive still. It's like I'm
I-
sure you're going through some kind of.
Of course. I mean, life always happens. Yep. Life always happens. And I mean, you've been a part of my journey the last 6 years. You know, we've had ups, I've had ups, I've had downs, personal stuff, but like, you know, you need to just realize that failure is not an option, right? Yep. Failure is not an option, right? Like when I heard that April had autism, I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to get her every therapy, every doctor, the best care I could possibly get her, the best class.
She doesn't.
No, she's a high honor roll student, completely.
So I'm saying, yeah.
Now.
I mean,
Yeah.
Brilliant kid. Yeah, I met her a couple times. I met her a few times.
High honor roll student.
So what was that like finding out that she wasn't?
So, I mean, eventually, so it like progressed. So first it was autism, language disorder. They give you the whole alphabet soup. And then it like slowly gets better. It's like, okay, now maybe it's just a bit of ADHD. And at this point, she's completely out of all of her therapies, not on any medication.
God bless her. Good for her.
You know, I mean, but you have to instill that in your kids too, right? Is that it's a work ethic. You know, she still has dyslexia. She still has challenges, but you know,
get through them. It's not like
no, but I mean, I'm like, okay, you can still get 100. It's just you're gonna have to put in more effort than somebody else, right?
That's it.
And you can still be a high honor roll student. You're just gonna have to put in more effort than somebody else.
God bless her.
And that's what she does. And
how often does she study? All the time? Or?
All the time. She had her math final today. This is the first year of finals, and she was up at 5 o'clock this morning studying for her math final. And I'm like, all right.
She'll do fine.
Oh, she's gonna do great. She's gonna do great. But she does. She puts in the effort, you know.
God bless her. Good for her.
Yeah, and so back to I guess 2019. I have 3 kids. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 10 years, and I'm like, okay, I now need to figure out how I'm going to support myself. And I had always been good in sales. I had always been good in building rapport, and so I was like, real estate, you get flexibility with it, right? I could work when the kids were in school and kind of work around their schedule.
I love the way everybody thinks that, though. It's hysterical.
You know, you do, but you're never off.
I think I was the only guy that went in like, this is going to be long. It's going to be a lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot. But, you know.
You want to make money, you got to.
You do. But you know what? Like, the other day, the kids were off from school. I was at the beach with them, answering emails, answering phone calls, responding to offers.
Not be on a desk if you don't want to.
You don't have to be in a desk.
Right, yeah.
Last night, after dinner, the kids were settling down, watching a movie. I'm negotiating offers. So it does give you that kind of a freedom.
Right.
But the fact that you think that you're going to work 2 hours a day, that's a joke. Yeah, that doesn't happen. So when I got into real estate, I had no money. I had no experience in real estate. I was going through a really messy divorce.
So what made you think you were going to make it in real estate?
Failure wasn't an option. You know, I mean.
How'd you get into it, though?
So I didn't know anybody that was in real estate, but I had, like, as far as friends or family or anything like that, like, I know a lot of real estate agents that we know are second or third generation real estate agents. I called Mariana Skelton from our Massapequa office. She, when things were in a better time, my husband and I were looking at houses, and she was our realtor.
Okay.
And so I reached out to her. I was like, you have a bunch of kids and you seem to be figuring it out. Do you like real estate? And she invited me to a career night over at our Keller Williams office in Massapequa.
Interesting.
And so I was like, all right.
How'd you end up in Woodbury?
So, so got my real estate license, started working out of Massapequa. I realized that I needed to be the most efficient real estate agent I could be, right? That was my plan. So I started working with real estate investors, right? You got one buyer, but as long as you find the houses, they'll keep buying.
Smart, yeah.
And so I was like, okay, so I have one person. Right now he's buying 10 houses a year. He wants to start buying 20 houses a year. As long as I can find him those 20 houses, I'll make money.
That's right.
And so...
Good way to think.
I met Nicole Campisi at an open house or one of her listings, and she was working out of the Woodbury office.
So you're now in Massapequa.
So I was in Massapequa, transferred to the Woodbury office, and then I was planning on going to Nicole's coaching program. But I wasn't really sure where I was going to be, what I was going to do. At that point, I was, 6 months into the business. I already had closed a buyer, had 2 listings. Like, I was already had some momentum. And so, my typical style, I'm walking around the office, introducing myself to everyone, saying hi to everyone, and saying, hey, if you have an open house, you need any help, let me know. I'm always available. And that's when I met Tim. And so Tim was like, I have leads that I can't service. Do you want to help? And I said, absolutely. I'll take that opportunity. And I think that a lot of agents are like so caught up in split and, what's in it for me. And I never had that mindset. I was like, absolutely. I'd rather get 25%, 10% of something than nothing at all. And whatever opportunities I can jump through, I'm going to jump through. Whatever door opens up for me, I'm going to jump in and see what happens. Worst case, it doesn't work out. And so I ended up working with Tim. And that was crazy. I mean, that year, I think we did close to 60, 65 transactions.
Well.
Yeah.
That was his first year, too.
It was it was our first year. We started at the same time. And so it was crazy. I mean, it started off him and I just hitting the phones in the conference room, making it happen. Again, I was always somebody that came to the office, right? If I'm trying to work from home,
you're like me, yeah.
I'm going to make a call, change a load of laundry. I'm going to, make a call, do some dishes. And the calls never get made. But if I'm in the office, I'm banging out 50, 100, 200 calls a day.
That's right.
And so I was very dedicated to coming into the office. And because I was so dedicated into coming to the office and chasing every opportunity that came down, I think more doors opened for me because of that, because I built those relationships.
Okay.
And so I guess this is 22.
Get through COVID.
What
was that like? 3 kids, broken neck, divorced.
3 kids in COVID, preschool from home.
Jesus.
Yeah. Selling 65 houses that year.
And 65 houses.
That's
insane.
It was crazy. I don't know how I did it. I would take the kids on showings with me. I had the baby in the stroller.
Neck brace on, ready to go.
The neck brace was gone by that point. But yeah, I mean, I would set the kids up and at our dining room table, and they would all be doing school, and I would sit and I would be making my calls. I'd be calling FSBOs. I'd be calling expired. I'd be calling.
How many times do you have to slap them and all of that to be quiet?
It was hard. hard. I mean, again, they were in preschool.
Yeah, it's
so
tough.
they're
yeah.
doing,
Preschool,
they're
kids,
little
babies, yeah.
kids. They're little kids.
Yeah, they don't know what's going on.
Um,
Had to be fun though.
I mean,
if you
it
look
was an
back at it, you have to be
adventure.
pissing your pants when you.
It was an adventure.
Right, that must be great. Okay,
It's
so you get
crazy.
through your first year.
So I get through the first 2 years of real estate, and during that time with Tim, we always needed more people, right? We always had. Tim is a great lead aggregator. You know, he knows how to do the Google ads, the Zillow leads. We never had a shortage of leads or opportunity. And I mean, it was the technology, the website, the search engine optimization. I mean, he's fantastic with all that stuff and so many other things. But
That was his goal.
that was his thing, right? Nothing will impact your business more than the number of leads that you have.
Right.
And so at some point during our time together.
Remember when you guys were together, he calls me up one day and he tells me he's going to Buffalo.
Okay.
You're doing in Buffalo. I got to go sell a house in Buffalo. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's insane.
Insane.
Right? We can batshit crazy. He really is.
Yeah.
But keep going. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I don't know why I
mean,
just
but
thought of that.
Tim,
because that was
I
insane.
mean, it was crazy times, but like you have to be like crazy in a good way to
Yeah, I
be
get it.
successful in real estate
Right.
to some extent. Like
True.
you need to have this fire in your belly that failure is not an option or you won't be successful. Like if you are just waiting around waiting for business to happen to you,
Never
all of
worked
us,
out,
it's
yeah.
never gonna happen.
Right.
You know, we were hustling, and so we constantly needed new people. And so I started recruiting at that point, right? So finding our next showing agent, finding our next buyer agent, and developing and coaching them. And this is how we do it, right? This is how you
You're
handle.
basically managing Tim Gallagher's team.
Correct. So I was the director of sales at that point. And so I would come in, I would do the listing appointment. We would have showing agent, buying agents, handle all that. I would come in at the negotiation and then I'd show up at the closing table. That was it. So at that time, I mean, we had cold callers, we had all the stuff going on. I was going on like 4 to 5 listing appointments a day.
That's awesome.
So I would just be signing deals.
Yep. I remember that, yeah.
And it was crazy, but
And
it
you're
was
both
so
in the
much fun.
business like 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, we were 2 years in the business, and I was going on 5 listing appointments a day, right?
That's
and
amazing.
so it was great.
And the market wasn't really listing market either.
No,
It was
it
still a
was low
seller's market.
inventory.
Yeah, it was low inventory.
It was low
That's
inventory, but that's why we went after the sellers.
Right.
And because if you have the sellers, the buyers will come.
Yep.
And so it's at that point that I really had to start figuring out leverage, right? Who was going to be that next person? Because
That's when he started getting into buying stuff, right?
so he started transitioning into REOs, short sales, investments. I was always that traditional residential stuff, and I had really grown out that team. And I had met with the team leader of Woodbury at the time, and I'm like,
Who was that?
That was Elisa
Okay.
at the time. And I had, Tim was starting to do REOs, short sales, all that kind of stuff. I was really residential, so we were kind of at an impasse there. And so I spoke to Elisa, and I was like, I don't know what's next for me. I don't think this is going to be the right fit forever. We're going in 2 different directions. And so she said, well, what is your favorite thing to do? And I said, honestly, my favorite thing to do is recruit and grow agents. And she goes, well, then you belong in leadership. So I then met with Tio, who's still one of my favorite people. I'll talk to him all the time. And I was the ATL of Garden City there for 2 years.
Okay.
Then there
You
was...
started that program too, right?
Yeah, and then I ran a Team Ridge program there, coaching program there, getting agents into production, half cappers into cappers, coaching, mentoring, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I mean, the consultative sale is a simple process, but a lot of agents have this problem where they talk themselves out of the sale, right?
Insane, yeah.
And, because we don't teach those sales skills, right? You ask questions to get them to give you the answer that you want, right? If you're asking the right questions, you will get the answer that you're looking for.
Get the yes, yeah.
Right? Like, you're a cop, you know this. And so I knew every FSBO appointment, if I could get them to ask me, well, how much do you charge? I got that listing.
Right.
So everything that I said, everything that I walked through, everything that we spoke about, my ideas, how I would stage it, whatever the concept was, if I could get that seller to say, well, what do you charge to list my house? I got a signed listing. Because I can talk about that all day long. And so, you know, transitioning into leadership and coaching and developing agents and...
How hard was it when you're training other people to get that concept, though?
You can't train hustle.
I was just saying this in one of the meetings I had a couple days ago. Heart's a totally different. Talent and heart are two different things.
Yeah.
Heart would win every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't teach it.
You can't teach it. You just can't. Like, I can give you all the tools. I can teach you how to time block. We can go through goal planning. But if you're not going to do the work, you're not going to be successful.
Right.
And if you work twice as hard, you will be twice as successful.
Right.
But, you know, yeah, there's been many, many times throughout my career where I'm talking to an agent and I'm like, well, did you do this? No. Did you do this? No. Well, last week we said that you were going to try this. How did that go? Oh, I didn't get to it yet. Well, then you're not going to be successful.
Yeah.
And, you know, someone told me along the way that 70% of new agents fail in their first 2 years, right? And you can't figure out who those people are, but you can usually pick out the one or two that you know are going to make it.
That's good.
And, you know, it doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter where you came from. It's all about that heart. It's all about that grit. If you're willing to outwork the 10 other people, you will be successful in this business.
It's easy to outwork somebody.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's just hard, yeah, like you said. Okay, so you end up in KW, Garden City.
Yeah.
Doing the team lead, assistant team leader.
Yep.
You come into my office in the city, and we're going to become a team leader now.
Oh, yeah, that's it. All right, you tell this story.
No, you tell it. So this is your time.
Oh, my God. So the opportunities are open for me to finally take the next step in my career and finally become a team leader. And you're like, all right, so you ready? And go, no, never mind. I don't want the responsibility.
I remember that day like it was yesterday, yep.
No, I don't want it.
That's right.
And I think, 5-6 months later, we had the same conversation. We did the KPA validation. You go, okay, are you ready? Is it? No, never mind. I don't want it.
That's right. Yep.
So I think we did this song and dance 2 or 3 times. And then finally you said you're ready and you start on Tuesday.
And you finally did it.
And I did it.
And what'd you do?
So, put on my...
That was horrible.
You know what, though?
You needed to go through that. Yeah.
I knew the responsibility.
I get it.
I knew what kind of job it was. I didn't go into being a team leader going, well, I'm going to think about it. And no, if I was going to do it, I was going to be the best.
I knew that.
And I finally, you pushed me, swift kick in the ass, and jumped into it.
Right.
And I loved it. I mean,
What were you most concerned about, though? A lot of people go through what you go through, especially with me.
The pressure, right? The pressure of the numbers, right? You have big goals.
But was I bad?
No,
listen.
no. I mean, we had a very honest relationship.
Still do.
Yeah, of course. You know, when you're a team leader and your job is to grow the market center, right? And you're not growing the market center, you are failing. And failure is never an option for me.
Right.
And so I didn't take that role until I knew that I was going to win in that role. And
So what made you think you were going to win when you took it? Why did you get that final boost to say, okay, I'm ready now?
I think it was a mixture of things. One is
Because you've been in some of the meetings.
oh yeah, I
Tough
know
meetings.
the meetings are tough.
Those were tough meetings, especially back in the day.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
They're not going through what you guys went through. Those are some serious meetings we would have.
Oh yeah.
You know. So what made you at that point finally say, okay, I can do this?
I felt as though I had enough of a foundation that I could build upon it to the next level. It took me, I would say it probably took me in Garden City a solid 6 months to learn how a brokerage actually ran.
Yep.
Like, I didn't understand it. I didn't know how it made money. I didn't understand the idea of internal growth, external growth, right? And, when I first started, I was like, well, we can just retain our way out of this, right? If agents all stay with us and never leave.
The opposite. And we're not buying anybody.
What?
And we're not buying anybody.
Yeah, exactly. We're not buying people.
We don't need to.
And so it took me probably a solid 6 to 8 months in Garden City to learn how the brokerage ran. It took me another couple months to learn and understand the financials, right? And those pre-transmittal meetings. And the consultation I always had, I knew how to have great conversations. I knew how to ask questions, dig deep, find the pain point, overcome objections, ask for the close, right? And so it was just making sure that I sat with enough people to have the closings at the end of the month, right?
Sure.
And so the lead generation component was the piece that I was unsure of for a long time. But when I went to Manhasset, I said that I am going to grow this market center through referrals. And how I was going to get referrals was I was going to pour into my people, and I was going to have them.
Let me ask you a question before you get into that. Are you like me? Do you go home and whiteboard it? Do you sit alone in your room and just sit there and go, okay, this is how I'm going to do it, set it up? Or do you just think it in your mind and then do it?
I replay it over and over.
What are you whiteboarding it? Paper,
I
pen?
do sometimes. Depends on what it is.
Pros
I'm a
and
big
cons?
flow chart.
Yeah.
I do like a flow chart. I do think about if then, what happens,
Okay,
right?
So
And
if this goes wrong, if that goes right, this is how it's going to play out.
Exactly. So if this goes in this direction and this goes in that direction, where do I end up and where do I pivot from there?
Right.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. I think you have to. And
I don't think enough people do that, though.
well, I do.
Do you?
I do. I have
Well,
to.
you do, but
I
like I
do.
said, do you think enough people do what we do?
I don't.
I'm not knocking them
because
because
I've seen agents make the same mistake multiple times. And if you were doing and writing out, where should I have pulled? Where should I have pushed? How could I have said this different? How did I pivot this? You wouldn't be constantly making the same mistakes, right? Like, I will make mistakes, no doubt about it. But I don't make the same mistake
takes
multiple
over again.
times.
Yeah, it's stupid. I hate to say it that way, but it's stupid.
It's
Why would you do that?
no. And I'm always looking for the most effective and efficient way of accomplishing my goals.
So it's funny. You cold called. I obviously cold called. I made my career in sales and cold, right? And I remember people coming into my office and saying when I was on the phone, "Why don't you say the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over again?" And it was always the same thing. Okay, why would I change it up if it works?
Exactly.
You don't fix something that's not broken. You fix something that's broken. So if you I made all the mistakes in the beginning when I was working on it and finally got the script down where 99% of the time, as long as I get the person on the phone, they're still willing to sell, I'm going to close them.
Exactly.
Right? Because I'm going to kill them with knowledge and I'm going to let them speak.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problems with agents today where they don't let the damn client speak because it's all about them.
Exactly.
And that makes no sense to me.
Exactly. And it goes back to that 80-20 rule, right? If they're speaking 80% of the time, you're only speaking 20% of the time.
Right.
And that's how the conversation needs to go. And you're right. Master one thing. And I think a lot of agents get shiny object syndrome where they're constantly chasing, oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to try this. No, master one thing and then figure out what you need to layer on it, right? Figure out exactly how many listings, how many buyers, how many contacts, whatever you're measuring, you get out of this one thing, exhaust it, and then figure out what you have time to add into that.
So you're in the team leader role.
Yep.
How long you do that? Obviously, you have to move out of the role because
Yeah, kids.
kids and kids and
Kids
God
in
bless
life.
them. Yeah, kids in life go that
Kids
way.
in life.
And you say, I'm going back into sales.
Yep.
So you go back to Woodbury, you go back into sales.
Yeah.
Break my heart. Took me so long to get you there. You finally get you there. You're rocking.
Yeah.
Right? You took that market center from where?
We started at 110. When I left, we were at 200 agents. So, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so black belt team leader, rookie of the year. We were ranked number 9 out of all of U.S. and Canada.
Yep.
So we turned that place around.
You did.
But
Well, you did. Yeah. Did a damn
no,
good
it was
job.
amazing.
Huh?
I couldn't have done it without you, without Linda. I mean, it's not a solo
Appreciate
sport.
that, but you did it on your own. I appreciate that. But it's so you now go and you're back in Woodbury as sales agent.
Yep.
And you're working with.
Mr. Barry Paley.
Yep. How did
So
that-
happy to do it.
How's that working out?
It's great. It's great. You
The
know,
man with all the lines.
he
What's
has
the
so
other
many
one?
lines.
The real estate business today is like being in an ocean, playing chess, and waves crashing over you. Fucking awesome. Okay, Barry. You say it when you're eating lunch. So you're spitting shit out, now it's coming out of your nose. It's hysterical.
Yeah.
But so what are you doing for Barry now?
So a little bit of everything, You know, Barry gives me a lot of freedom, a lot of flexibility to kind of jump into every aspect of things, which is kind of what I like to do. So I'm coaching, mentoring, coaching the agents as much as I can, helping them as much as I can. I'm recruiting for the team, which I love doing. And then obviously I'm back in sales. So doing a little bit of everything right now.
What are your goals like?
So-
What, in 2025, what are we going to see from you?
So 2025, I would like to close at least 2 deals a month. I think that's definitely doable.
Easy.
Recruit somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 to 50 agents a year, to the market center, grow profit share, help out the market center, figure out who's the right fit for the team. But yeah, those are the goals.
Are you on pace right now? Or?
We are on pace. Yeah.
What's your numbers like this year?
So
I know Barry's big into that.
Oh yeah, big onto
like me,
numbers,
yep.
big onto numbers. So I'm 6 weeks in. I have 2 buyers under contract and an active listing. Hopefully, be under contract by the end of the week.
Okay.
Got a full pipeline, so rebuilding the pipeline. So hitting out of the gate, strong, which is good.
Unfortunately, you got a hard stop.
I do have
really
a hard
do appreciate
stop.
you coming in. But one piece of advice you would give to a new agent starting today.
Be a sponge. Don't be afraid to try, and give it all you got. Like I said, you can't teach grit, right? So if you don't feel like you have the grit, you don't have that failure is not an option mindset, be a property manager. There's other things that you can do within real estate. Maybe an admin job is a better fit for you, but a sales job, you need to have the heart. You have to have the passion. You need to have that customer service heart in you. Otherwise, you're just spinning your wheels, and it's unfortunate. And there's so many different avenues that you can take. Like, I love being part of a team. I love working with Barry. I love the organization that he has created. I love the coaching. I love the mentorship. I love the team experience. And I am extremely successful in that kind of a position. As a solo person, I would not be a good fit, right? I get lost. I get mixed up in my day. So I think that you have to be open to try. We talk a lot about the wheel of opportunity with Keller Williams. I've had the pleasure of spinning that wheel, right? I've been all over that map. And so being open to try and trying new things and open to new experiences, there's an opportunity available for you. So I think it's just a matter of finding the right fit.
Awesome. Ash, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for
really
having
appreciate
me.
you, everything you've done and everything you've done with me, and love you. Got to go to lunch soon.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Absolutely. Thank you.